Have you ever felt as if everything around you was staged? Have you ever questioned reality so much that nothing felt so serious anymore? The reason I'm asking this is because I often live my life mindlessly, constantly worried about what is going to happen next, if everything is going to work out as I planned, or everything will
crumble to dust and blow away!
But there are some times when it hits me that I am the main character here. Because for me, life started when I was born, and it is going to end when I'm gone. There is no before or after for me, because it remains unknown to me. Just think about it. There might be something that you've been putting off lately. It can be the cause of laziness, but most of the time it is because you are scared of the unknown. You might be afraid that something bad will happen to you if you tried something that you always wanted. But I'm telling you, sometimes you just have to switch your brain off, because you are way too smart. Your brain can imagine hundreds of scenarios for a bad outcome just to keep you alive, which can be a good thing of course, but let's be honest, most of the time it is just holding you back from being spontaneous. And speaking of those moments when you were like, maybe I should go out and do something, but then your brain comes up with excuses like, it's already dark, and it's already the end of the day, or you just thought, what's the point? And then you slowly convinced yourself that you wouldn't necessarily benefit from doing anything now. But this is the biggest lie you can ever tell yourself. I'm telling you, if you feel like your life is repetitive and nothing ever happens to you, it is because of this. Because spontaneity keeps life exciting and refreshing. Spontaneity is the only way to break down the wall inside you that is constantly holding you back from opportunities. Let me tell you a story about this. There was one weekend when my girlfriend and I were staying at her family's place, because sometimes we visit one of our families on some random weekends, and it was nice to be with them. But when Sunday came along and we were about to come back to our place, I really wanted to visit my mother, and I felt burning inside as time was passing, because it felt like I was running out of time, especially because we always had a time plan. We take off, we get the groceries, and we arrive back at night when it's already dark. But this time, I could not care less. She was confused because it was already late, and traveling to my mother adds at least 2 hours to our schedule. And I was like, yes, I know, but I really need to go home now. She agreed, and then we took off. And when we arrived, my mother was so surprised. And let me tell you something. This was one of the best 1 or 2 hours that I had during those days. Especially because we knew that we only had 1 hour to see each other. And I was so grateful to myself for making this decision. And I'm telling you, we got the best out of that 1 hour. Before this, my girlfriend never really understood what I meant whenever I said, I was born free. The reason I'm saying this is because I cannot live a life in which I need to follow a certain schedule all the time. We also had an argument about this once. I was at home with my parents, and she asked me when would I go to her place to spend some time with them as well, and I just could not give her an answer. She constantly asked, why can't you give me an answer for such a simple question like this? And then I just told her that I live by desire. If my heart desires to stay with my parents because we are having a good time together, then I stay with them. But if I don't feel like staying home with them because there is nothing going on, then I go to your place. As simple as that. And when I reminded her of this story on our way back home, I could tell that she understood me. I believe that we have too many things that put us on leashes. Our work, our chores, our addictions, even our relationships. If you want to feel free and you want to have control over your life, then just do something that is out of the ordinary and would make you feel better about yourself. Just go against the script a little, because you can realize that your life should not always be surrounded by responsibilities. And your time is yours to spend as you wish to spend it. Sometimes all you have to do is listen to your intrusive thoughts. If you feel like there is something that would make you feel good, just go ahead and do it. When I was in Sweden walking my way to the university, it was in the autumn and I did not feel like going there. Especially because I walked 8 kilometers to get there and it was quite boring. But there were a bunch of gigantic leaves on the sidewalk, and I mean a lot. So I started to kick them around just like when I was a kid. After a minute, one of my friends started to do the same thing, and this little thing turned a mundane walk into a fun, childish experience. The very reason why you were free and happy as a child was that other people's opinion did not stop you from having fun. As a child, All you wanted was to play with the world. It did not even matter what you were playing. If you found a cool stick in the grass, you picked it up and you were happy with it. Because you had the fantasy to see the whole world as your own playground. Then why don't you do the same as an adult? Who told you that you can no longer have fun in your life? People keep telling themselves down from having fun because they assume doing something without a purpose is childish. But let me tell you, if doing something without a purpose makes you happy, it serves you, therefore it has a purpose. Don't let the world break you. Don't be the boring adult who can no longer have fun. If somebody talks down on you, let them be the boring adults. But do not let their words take your joy. I believe the main reason why many people would like to be a child again is because of this. We stopped playing from one day to the other and forgot that life is supposed to be fun. Now of course we all have responsibilities and we all have to do things that we don't necessarily enjoy. But this doesn't mean that we always have to do non-enjoyable things. I want you to be free. So in conclusion, do whatever you want. If you feel like speaking to someone, go ahead and do it. If you feel like going for a joyride at 1 AM, go ahead and do it. If you feel like doing something kind for a person, go ahead and do it. Because your time is so limited on this planet. And trust me, you don't want the regret of missing out. You are the main character of your own story. So be who you always wanted to be.